All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Jeremy Snook. I'm the Development Director for the Pathway to the Rockies Council. I'm going to be taking you through the camp card orientation tonight. I'm excited to kick off our 2022 camp card sale and want to thank you for joining us. I'm going to start with a couple of ground rules for this evening. You were muted upon entry to keep the background noise to a minimum, so please do not take yourself off mute for the duration of the event. All your questions should be directed through the chat function. I'd like to thank Brandon Vavra for helping us out tonight. Brandon will be monitoring the questions at the end, and at the end of the presentation, we'll be going through all of them, starting with the most frequently asked. The presentation will last approximately 30 minutes. I do apologize, I'm having some technical issues tonight. The presentation is moving a little bit slow, but bear with me. All right, so here it is. The $10 camp card for $5. The camp card will be moving to $10 in 2023. However, we felt it was important to help units continue to get back on their feet from a very difficult couple of years. So take this opportunity to make tons of easy sales to help your scouts. Happy to share that the Digital Savers Guide is back for 2022. The value that a customer receives from this offer is tremendous, especially if explained properly to the customer. So with that, there's no better way, in my opinion, to sell camp cards than in 2022. Even if your unit hasn't sold before and is just dipping their toes in the water, this card, if promoted properly, should sell itself. For those of you that are new to the sale, the camp card is a discount card with significant offers from local businesses to help scouts earn their own way. The sale is not complicated. The card itself was designed to be a low-cost offering to customers and families to help scouts fund their way to scouting experiences. There's a lot of flexibility on how you structure your unit sale. However, we believe that it's most successful when used to help kids get to camp, whether that be Scouts BSA resident camp, day camp, family camp, or other camp experiences. Depending on how your unit is financed, you might consider using it to help offset the cost of dues or fund registration costs. It's completely up to you. The sale is no risk. Any unsold cards can be returned as long as they are returned by the deadline. If you do not, you risk losing a portion or even all of your commission. So keep the dates in front of you and make sure scouts are tracking their cards. Remember that scouts are selling scouting and not just the card. This is important when we sell popcorn, and it's just as important for this sale as well. When I buy popcorn or camp cards, it's not for the popcorn or discount. So I'm looking at it as an opportunity to help a young person earn their way in our great program and also help them learn how to make a sale. So let's look at what's on the actual card. We have 3 very generous one-time offers. Ace Hardware is back with their $5 off 25. Safeway Albertsons returns with a huge offer in 2022. Instead of the 5 off of 50 that they did last year, they came back with a 10 off of 50 for this year. And Dick's Sporting Goods is back with 10 off of 50. So right there, if you use all 3 discounts, you've made your money back plus save 20 bucks. Certainly better than investing in the stock market. On the back of the card, that there are also some great multiple use easy access offers from our friends at Del Taco, The Summit, Glow Golf, Pizza Ranch, Louis, Dickies, Jiffy Lube, Big 5, and Adventures Out West. Some truly incredible deals there that you'll have at your fingertips. So let's talk about the Digital Savers Guide. We have again partnered with a company called Savers Guide to give every camp card customer access to thousands of similar or even better deals on an app on their phone. I've used the Digital Savers Guide over the last year from last year's sale, and I've honestly been blown away by all the savings a single camp card can give someone. So I want to share just a few highlights. There's a unique one-time access code on every card and some simple instructions on how to use it. The customer will download the Savers Guide app and follow the instructions for how to enter the access code. Finally, I recommend approving location access for the app so that it gives the most relevant deals wherever you're at. Most are BOGO or significant offers, just like the ones on the card, but from thousands of businesses. Okay, so let's look at some of the benefits of the card. Nearly everyone has a cell phone, which means that the customers don't have to carry their camp card with them. Again, the Savers Guide app gives customers the ability to allow location access. This means that wherever you are, you're receiving the deals for businesses that are in your immediate area. It even tells you how far the business is from where you are. So say you want to go out to eat and you want to save some money, but you don't know what's around. Open up your Savers Guide app, hit the dining tab, and you'll immediately see restaurants in your area and all of their different discounts. And in many cases, each business has 3 to 5 offers. Perhaps one of the biggest benefits, besides the ability to have deals on your phone, is the fact that it can be used all over the United States. This means grandma and grandpa can buy a card. Your high school friends that want to support your son or daughter's scouting experience can buy a card. All 893 of your Facebook friends can buy a camp card. The market for your scout sale is just grew dramatically with this offer. The variety is also tremendous. Offers are broken down into 4 different categories. Dining, which is probably the most popular. Shopping, this includes grocery stores, auto shops, sporting goods, gyms, spas, just about anything you can think of. There's also a section for travel, a section for things to do like skiing, bowling, museums, sporting events, date night activities, and a lot more. And lastly, while there are tremendous offers, they do run out. So let your customers know this so that they can buy more than one, or you can give them your contact information so that they know who to reach out to when they need another one. I recommend that getting one for every working phone in the house, and also one for as many times as you buy groceries. All right, so most of you who have joined us this evening are acting as camp card chairs. Thank you for taking on this important role. Let me share a couple of key responsibilities that you have. Setting a goal. With the help of your unit committee, establish a goal and a reason for the goal. Are you trying to help scouts pay for camp? Are you trying to help scouts pay for dues or registration? Depending on your goal, take some time to calculate how many cards it'll take to cover your costs. For example, the registration and program fee comes to $132. So divide that amount by $2.50 and you'll get approximately 53 cards. So it would take a scout 53 camp card sales to pay for their own registration and program fee. So really take some time to think about the true needs of your unit and help your scouts meet their goal. Like you would plan for a Cub Scout meeting as a den leader, put the time into planning a high quality kickoff. I think too many scouting units hand out cards and say, turn in your cards so that we can settle up at the end of the sale. A successful sale is much more than that. Also communicate regular checkpoints with scouts that are selling. Frequent reminders about storefront sales and suggestions help keep the sale in the forefront for them. And lastly, effective backdate times for scouts to turn in unsold cards and money to you. Make sure that you start several weeks out before the date the money is due to the council so that you're not tracking down individual scouts leading up to the deadline. Also, please ensure that you have enough time to coordinate your unit with your unit treasurer to write a single check to the Pathway to the Rockies Council for the full amount of the camp cards that you sold. We cannot take large amounts of cash, and we do not accept unit debit card payments as we lose money on the transactional fees. This ensures that we're able to give back as much as possible to units and commission. So let's talk card distribution for just a minute. Unfortunately, our cards are delayed approximately a week or maybe even a little bit longer. We're shooting for a distribution to happen sometime next week, hopefully Wednesday, March 23rd, but we'll be sending out a note to the camp card chairs to confirm this information. So whoever your unit has entered as your camp card chair for the sale, that is the person that will be getting the notice. Please remember that the office is closed on Monday and Friday afternoons after 1 p.m. if you'd like to come during one of the times that our front desk is closed, feel free to reach out to me and we'll find a way to coordinate someone being here to help you out. First preference though is for your unit camp card share to come in as soon as the notice goes out that we have our cards. Let's review the return policy. All unsold cards and money are due to the Council Service Center on Thursday, June 2nd by 5 p.m. Units that don't turn cards and money in by the state will receive a reduced commission of 25%. So please put this on your calendar. And as we talked about before, make sure to backdate the days that you need scouts to turn in their cards and money to the camp card share. Cards must be in new condition, so encourage your scouts to treat each card like a $5 bill. Let's talk about the unit kickoff. Here's a few tips for you. Don't treat the kickoff as just another announcement. The sale gives the scout a real opportunity to fund their way and give them some extremely valuable sales experience. How many times in your life have you had to sell something, maybe a product yourself, to a potential employer or an idea? Check out a modest number of cards to each selling scout. Start with 5 to 10 and let the scout know that they can come back and get more when they're out. During the kickoff, talk about how the money is going to be used and the importance of them participating. Thoroughly educate scouts and their parents on how the Savers Guide offer works. Review dates, role play, and inform everyone about the do's and don'ts of selling. By the way, this info is in your camp card guidebook, which is available online. And finally, issue a challenge. Make some informal rewards to encourage scouts to report how many cards that they've sold when they come to meetings. Something as simple as a piece of candy or some kind of widget. So let's take a look at the different sales methods you can utilize. Through popcorn and other product sales that you've been a part of, I'm sure you're very familiar with the different methods that you can sell, but we just want to review real quick with you. Door-to-door is a great way to sell cards in a post-COVID era, with some businesses still restricting access for show and sells. Encouraging scouts to go door-to-door is going to yield some good results. Make sure to check out the printable door hangers on our website or make your own. Leaving neighbors a note on their door with contact info and a way to buy cards may be the preferred way customers buy cards again this year. Definitely use social media. With the Savers Guide staying on the card, your scout will increase sales dramatically by offering to send them in the mail. You could set up a Venmo account if you haven't already, or any number of online payment methods for customers to make the payments. Sell at work. Create a sales sheet with an example card and show how the card works. And then everybody should be very familiar with the show and sells. You're certainly welcome to sell at businesses, even some that are on the card that allow storefront sales. They don't all allow them, but the ones that do, you're going to be very, very fruitful at. Here's a quick slide on a couple of sales techniques that you should be keeping in mind. These are available in the camp card guidebook, so I won't go through them. I just want you to remember that each scout selling camp cards is representing the mission and the values of the Boy Scouts of America. Wear the uniform and represent the BSA with pride. So I promised a quick and easy presentation this evening, so I'd like to wrap it up, our time together, and want to ask you to put any questions you have in the chat function so that we can answer them.
So Jeremy, there's just one quick question here in the chat. Can individual families sign out cards from the council? We had a unit asking that.
Sure. So that family may sign out cards as the unit, but the unit ultimately will be receiving the commission check at the end of the sale. It will go to the committee chair. And we don't want individual scout sales happening for a single unit. So if there are 2 or more scouts selling, then we'll need to identify camp card share for that unit.
Okay. So to clarify, only in a scenario where one scout is selling would a family and then their parent would essentially be the camp card chair. If more than one scout is selling in from a unit, then we're only dealing with the unit as one transaction, correct?
That is correct.
Right.
Thank you.
When somebody wants to know how to update their contact for this camp card chair, you can just have your camp card chair fill out that online form, correct?
They can do that, or they can email me directly. If we've had some units that have entered multiple names as camp card chairs. So if you have somebody that needs to be taken off that you think may be receiving messages, yeah, send me an email directly, and you can see my email on the screen there.
Can you back it up to slide 2 so we can all see the card?
Certainly.
Is that image this year's card, Jeremy?
It is. Give me a second here.
And do you have a limit to how many cards a unit can sign out?
We typically sign out what a unit sold last year plus 50%. If there, sorry about that. If there are circumstances, if there's a special event that you're selling at that you think you need more for, we can have a conversation about that, but we'll deal with that on a unit to unit basis.
And a question about storefront sales and whether or not the council has lined any of those up.
We have lined up Bass Pro Sales again this year. You can check out the camp card page on the website. It is a sign up genius. So we ask that people only sign up for 3 slots right now. And on April 1st, you may sign up for 2 additional slots if they are available, but they do sell out pretty quick. So get on the website right now if you can and check that out.
Question about can money be deposited to your troop account and then transferred to the council to pay for the cards? Yes, I can just take that quick. Yes, your unit will pay the council with a single check. And another question about how much you will pay the council 100% of the cost, and then you will receive a commission check for your commission back.
Yep.
Can somebody else pick up the cards for your unit, or does it have to be the camp card chair?
It does not. That person's name will be recorded. We have a check-in, check-out system for camp cards. So every time you come in to get more, that person's name will be recorded. So we have a thorough accounting for every unit.
I'm sorry, they want to see the second to last slide, not the second slide. My apologies.
No problem.
Any recommendation on how many cards scouts should sign out at a time?
You know, in the presentation, I said 5 to 10. It just depends on whether you think your scouts are go-getters and if they're going to go after it. In that case, you might give them 20, but the biggest fear is that you give too many cards out and then you don't see them until the very end of the sale. And then you get bombarded with a bunch of cards that you could have been selling. So I just heed that warning. If you have some kids that are really going after it, you don't want all the cards in the hands of people that are not going to sell.
Where on our website could somebody find where they sign up for the Bass Pro again?
So I don't have my website in front of me right at this second, but if you're on the camp card sale page under unit fundraising opportunities, you will see at the very bottom there's a tab for Bass Pro Sales.
Somebody asking about the scout commission, still 50%. Yep, your unit earns 50% of the total camp card sales. And yes, we encourage you to arrange your own boot sales with other stores. Bass Pro just asked us to kind of manage it. We just have a different relationship with them. There's some questions about units in Pueblo and the service center there and transferring money. We will figure out exactly how that looks and how that works for units at the Pueblo service center.
And that brings up a good point. There are a number of units that have asked for cards to be at the Estes service center for pickup. We might need another day in there to once the notice goes out to get them down there. But I'll make sure I notate that.
I don't think I've missed any questions.
No deposit required. This is a low risk sale. What we do ask though is that if you are picking up additional cards, that you bring a good faith deposit in so that we know that more cards aren't going out without being sold. Okay. Any other questions? I want to thank Brandon. Brandon, thank you for helping us out tonight. If you do have additional questions, things that you thought about after the meeting tonight, feel free to jot them down and put them in an email to me. Happy to answer your questions. So with that, thank you everybody and have a great night.